Welcome to the Franchise Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Giuseppe Grammatico, your franchise guide, the show where we help corporate executives experience time and financial freedom. Thanks for joining us today. I'm very excited for our show today. We have Trevor Houston. Trevor, welcome to the show.
Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, this is awesome. People, they were telling me they want to guess. I guess they were sick of hearing from me. So we decided to mix it up a little bit, hear different perspectives, different business models and things like that. You're a busy guy. We want to definitely hear about your background. But before we dive in, you're the host of the Who You Know Job Networking Show, founder of ClearPath Wealth Strategies. So you're a busy guy. You got a lot on your plate. Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into the business you're in today.
Yeah, my professional career started actually in automotive sales. This was about 10, 15 years ago, and I did really well. I was the top producer in the automotive industry 6 years in a row that I was there, and was making a lot of money very early on in life. And then there was some corporate politics and some things that I didn't really agree with that were going on in the automotive industry. The GM was a little bit of a shady guy. He started changing around the pay plan and stuff like that. And he didn't really like me because whenever he would do things, I would voice my opinion. He wanted a yes man, and that really wasn't me. So when they would change pay plans and all this kind of stuff, and like I would voice my opinion about it. So anyways, he didn't really like me, the GM there. And I knew that as long as he was there was no way I was ever going to be elevated. I was their top producer 6 years in a row. And I just decided, you know what? I kept hitting that glass ceiling over and over, and they wouldn't promote me. And I'm like, I got to figure out how to get out of this car business. I got to escape. So I started the journey of transitioning into financial services. That took a little while because you got to do some studying and you got to get your licenses and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to make sure I was ready when I left. What was interesting was around the time when I was about to leave the auto industry, a position opened up. And those didn't come very often. There was a finance position that came up, and I wanted to move into finance or into sales management. Finally, this opportunity opens up, and I asked the GM, I said, hey, we talked about this a couple years ago. It wasn't the right fit back then, but I'm curious what your thoughts are now that this position's opened up. He said, well, that's the good news is I got 90 days to make a decision. And I was like, okay. 90 days. He said that to me. It was really, he wanted me to jump through hoops. He wanted me to be a yes man. He wanted me to be a puppet for 90 days while he was still looking at other options and probably going to hire somebody else. Okay. Like that was going to be the end result of that. When he said that, I was like, that's unfortunate. You said 90 days. If you don't know after 6 years, you're not going to know after 90 days. So I gave him my 2 weeks notice right then and there. I was like, I'm out. And I took that leap of faith and bet on myself and became an entrepreneur and business owner, and now I do financial services. That was many years ago, but I would say the lesson in that is knowing when enough is enough. A lot of people ask me that. I deal with people in career transition all the time. They ask me like, when should I leave a company? When do I know when that's a good time to leave? And for me, it was just hitting that glass ceiling over and over. When somebody was limiting my potential, that's when I knew that it was time to go. So yeah, that's a little bit of my background. Now I do financial services. I help people that go through career transitions, all that good stuff.
I can absolutely relate without getting into my story. I've told the story more than a few times. I think we all know, and it's just, I got the job. Maybe I should stick it out. Maybe owning a business may be too risky, or you start to make up all these excuses. I think the writing's on the wall. You basically know, but you're just almost justifying it. I know I was. Glass ceiling, same exact thing, and never getting the promotion, fear. Yeah, it's overwhelm, and then you start going online, and then with the amount of information we have nowadays, I think you just get overwhelmed. You need that person to guide you through and step by step, not figure it out all at once. And that's why I love the name of your show. It's one of my favorite books from, I forget when it came out, Dan Sullivan. It's Who Not How, and that really struck a chord. It's a very simple book, quick read. And when I look at Who You Know Job Networking Show, it's like, that's exactly it. Who can help you, can coach you, that's been through the ringer, that's gone through maybe a similar situation as yourself, that can really help you out. And I think that really expedites things and really puts it into perspective, as opposed to, I'm reading this article step by step what I need to do. So I think that makes a huge difference.
That's exactly what it was too. So when I was thinking about making that transition, like, where did financial services even come from? My financial advisor who just so happened to work in the automotive industry, and he left. So I watched, when I first got in the auto industry, I watched this guy who was a director of finance in the automotive industry leave. And I'm like, why would someone leave that job? Great job. It's a job I wanted. I'm like, and he left. Anyways, he ended up becoming my financial advisor, and he tried to recruit me many years. He was like, "Hey, come on over, come on over." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good." I was making all the money in the car business. I was doing well. But eventually, after I kept hitting that glass ceiling, it was like, "All right, let's talk." It was a who moment. That was one of my first lessons in who, and he helped me. He was a mentor for me, guide me on what to do, how to get that transition going. It wasn't like, "Hey, just come on over and just jump, just quit." It wasn't like that. It was like he actually helped guide me through the process so I didn't fail, and mentored me through that as well, which was really cool because he went through it. So he knew exactly what it was like. And I think that is the best mentors are the ones who have been through the fire themselves, and they know what it's like, and they have empathy for you, and they can help guide you, get you there quicker.
But what happens when the job you thought was safe vanishes? Next, we'll dive into the shocking reality of corporate layoffs and the one crucial strategy you need to prepare right now.